pushing for answers and accountability. These are the eyes of some of the mass killers who've reportedly been regular pot users. Look at them. Those in politics and in the media who devote their time and energy to fear-mongering on fake issues while covering up the truth about the growing scourge of violent psychosis in our young people, they have to be called out, they have to be defeated, and then the public has to be educated. And parents, this means you need to get into the game. This means you understanding that this can happen to you, to your family, no matter how wealthy you are, how well-adjusted you are, how mature and together your children seem. It's time to call out the phonies and call in the warriors for common sense. And that's the angle.
Viewing public, listen, I'm pretty sure you guys are high now. I have two questions for you. How long have you been smoking weed? Question one. Question two, have you ever thought about picking up a semi-automatic weapon and shooting up a public place? Because according to Laura Ingraham, I guess the liberals are fear-mongering, basically saying, hey, you know, bad, be scared, be scared. But Laura Ingraham is over here taking a reference from, I think it was the 50s or the 60s, where they were saying, you know, reefer madness, where weed makes you crazy and get violent.
This is your brain, and this is your brain on drugs.
And obviously we know that that's just not the case. And you watching this video knows this for a fact because you smoke weed and you've never thought about shooting up a public place. And of course, if you have, report yourself, turn yourself in. There's a better way. But yeah, she's a complete hypocrite. She's doing exactly what she's claiming the liberals are doing. And by the way, she's right. The liberals do it too. But I'm just saying you can't put those two things in the same sentence when you are clearly doing it. Like it's ridiculous. And I only got one other thing to say because I want to keep it straight to the point. I don't even blame her for saying something like this. I talked about it on our other pod. People want shit. They want trash. They want garbage. Give it to them. Their demographic, Fox News' demographic, they'll believe anything you say. So say whatever you want and get paid for it. I'm not even mad at her. I'm mad at the dumb people who are watching this and believing it. That's what I'm mad at. So do your thing.
Damn, man, it's not even your fault. I'm a little I was hoping that by listening to what you would say, that's why I was listening so intently, that I would understand the purpose of Fox News. I mean, I don't watch it. You know what I mean? So I don't want to sit here and, you know, and not be educated about something and just come out and criticize it. But I just go off of what other people say about Fox News, and namely some of the hosts and some of the background stories that these hosts seem to have on Fox News, as well as who they support, like which presidents they supported and which presidents they don't support. You know what I mean? So I've never found a reason as to, like, I understand why people watch or who watches. We know the demographic, as you said, but I'm failing to understand why they exist. Like, what is, like, if I was to go to Fox, who runs Fox? I don't know. Do you know who runs Fox? I want to talk to the guy who
Rupert Murdoch. Rupert Murdoch.
Oh, Rupert Murdoch. Oh, that guy is a billionaire. Okay,
yeah, he's the guy. Yeah. He's the guy.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, I want to talk to Mr. Murdoch, which will never happen because his time is so. Anyways, it'll never happen. But I want to talk to him because I want to understand and see his pitch or just his mission statement. I'd like to know what Fox News mission statement is. Is it just report trash, get more people to watch?
Fox, I could answer that question for you.
Oh, okay. Look at okay. Oh, awesome. Yeah.
And you're gonna think that it's conspiracy or whatever, but you could Google it. And how true is what you find on Google? I don't know. But essentially, they created Fox News to be a hub for right-wing political media. That's essentially the purpose of that section of that broadcasting. It's for that. And they've seen it work with other presidents. It worked for Trump. Like, they created it for that. It's specifically for that.
Knocked it out the fucking park.
Yeah,
you guys knocked it. If that was the mission statement, if Mr. Murdoch told me that was his mission statement, I would say, you know what, Mr. Murdoch? Well, Well played.
Yeah, I'll be like, it makes sense why you're a billionaire. You know what you're doing.
Because there's people who aren't even on the right wing, I guess it is. I'm not familiar with this politics.
Yeah, right wing.
But there's people who aren't even on that side who probably watch Fox News on a regular basis just to hear what they're talking about.
Well, you need balance. You can't just listen to I guess the left media, right? Left.
I know, but when they're spitting things like, look at the eyes of these mass shooters, and then they try to relate that to them being high, and that's the reason that they decided to go out and do this.
Well, you just gotta, common sense has to come in at some point, right? You know what I mean? Whether you're watching CNN or MSNBC, or you're watching Fox, or I think it's called One America, some shit like that. Like you could listen to what they're saying, but it's up to your common sense to filter out the bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
At this point though, what I want to see in 2022 or whenever this interview could possibly happen, I want to see her sit down with somebody who is educated about weed.
No, they won't do that.
I want to see it. No. If you think if you are so confident and you're on TV making a statement about how this is breeding and it's a distraction, the fear mongers, and you show Joe Biden like he's King Kong, I want you to be able to sit down with somebody who's educated about this and argue your point.
Yeah, they'll never do that. They'll never do that.
Is that not what they don't do that?
Well,
they don't do that on Fox News.
Well, I don't want to say they don't do. I'm just saying for this point specifically, why would they do that? They're just going to get everything they said, or the narrative they're trying to push, just going to get discredited. And if they did actually do that, the person who they would have on the show, listen to me, I'm so brainwashed from the left, eh? The person who they'd have on the show would be somebody on their payroll. You know what I mean? So they would be appearing that they're on the opposing side. So anything they're saying that would go against that weed shit would just be, really light, where we know, just common sense knows this is a lie. And you could just debunk that with anything, just with own life experience. Dude, I'm high right now. I don't want to be violent. I'm totally relaxed. And then once my buzz goes away, I'm going to be tired. But listen, let me tell you something. Anybody who goes out to do a mass shooting, the one thing they are not when they go to do it is tired. They are vigilant. They are ready to go. Okay. You're not burnt out.
Bro, I got some Montreal smoked meat in the fridge. And listen, I've got myself well and nice to a place where that's what I'm thinking about. That's going down right after this.
And you're high too, right?
That's the place that I was referring to. Yes. The place where I want to be. That's the place.
Buddy, listen, Laura Ingraham, again, I salute you. You do a horrible job, but you do that horrible job better than anybody. So, you've earned every single blood diamond that you've ever wrapped around your neck or put in your ear.
Wow.
Fox News viewers, please, I ask that you just, get some balance. You don't always have to get your news from the same place. You don't even have to get your news from the TV or the internet. Just ask a friend who smokes weed. I'm sure you got plenty of them, right?
You're not going to do that. Then why watch Fox News, right?
There you go. Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe.